Starkville, Mississippi. 71 degrees, sunny, slight breeze, beautiful day here for softball as your Lady Bulldogs get ready to take on the Hornets from Alabama State. We have the starting lineups real quick, and we're going to take a quick break as they do the ump meeting, national anthem, and then we'll get started with the broadcast. Your starters for Alabama State. Catcher, Brooke Ramsey. Out in center field, Janiyah Boykin. First base, Leah Richardson. Shortstop, Elena Scott. Designated player, Kelsey Long. Third baseman, Talia Sims. Left field, Gabriella Terrell. Second base, Ayana Frank. And in right field, Michaela Petaway. Now your starting lineup for your Lady Bulldogs of Mississippi State. In center field, we have Sierra Sacco. Third base, Nadia Barberry. Right field, Kiara Sells. Catcher, Jesse Blaine. Designated player, Ella Wesolowski. Shortstop, Kylie Edwards. First baseman, Riley Hull. Second baseman, Morgan Stiles. Left field, Kaylani Sells. Pitching for the Hornets, Mason Quinney. And pitching for your Lady Bulldogs, Lexi Sosa. They're in the middle of the umps meeting, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to you ready for the first pitch. You're listening to Mississippi State Women's Basketball you're listening to Mississippi State Women's Softball. Apologies. On the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, 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 come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop that. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah.
The dogs out. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yo.
And everybody having a ball. the name calling,
Yippee-yi-yo.
and the girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I see the dance people had a ball cause Billy Fountains get out. Get back, Gruffy, bash Gruffy, get back, you flea infested mongrel. Gonna tell myself I man no get angry.
Yippee-yi-yo.
280 cows calling them K9. Hey!
Yippee-yi-yo.
But they tell me, hey man, it's part of the party.
Yippee-yi-yo.
You put a woman in front and a man behind. I hear a woman shout out,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
say, a doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh doggy, hold your bone. Oh doggy, hold it.
A doggy is nothing if he don't have a bone.
Oh doggy, hold your bone. Oh doggy, hold it. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Starville is the place to be since I was 19. You can find me, maroon and white tee. Stay grinding, you're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace. We just left it being in cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face. I'll be denting my friends up in the tent, and you know they miss a sip, and we coming for your hearts. So before we start, gonna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to mint in, and if you cross a line, that's the place that they're gonna be spent in. I'm looking at the Mississippi women, and the district got me grinning. You step up in the pen, man, you probably gon' get
MSU, and we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we MSU, and we about to roll, and everywhere we go, we taking control. We MSU, and when that whistle blow, you already know that we gon' show. 'Cause we
up the
MSU.
star Vegas. We got that bar, baby. And all ladies breaking hearts, they call it sharp rating. That identity, some crisis left you lifeless like your sparks. They need to decide who you are, move side, 'cause this state is ours, baby. Star crazy come in a pound, man. We drooling. You looking like a new kid in town. You gon' get bullied. You better draw back, bruh. We on the attack, bruh. We dogs of war, we coming forward. You can see that it's written on the dog tag.
And we ain't listening to what you think we gon' do. 'Cause either way we coming for you. And it don't matter how we do, we gonna stay true.
'Cause that's true maroon and that's through and through.
From that L-I-S-S-I.
Now stay from the stands with a plate in my hand full of cheese fries. Cause I beat me, you know that we believe.
And we welcome you back here to News Park in Starkville, Mississippi, as your Lady Bulldogs get ready to take on Alabama State Hornets. Now, this is the first of 2 games for the Lady Bulldogs here this afternoon. And as I said earlier in the intro when we did starting lineups, it's a beautiful day here in Starkville. 71 degrees, slight breeze. Perfect day for softball. So, just a bit of a recap of what has happened so far here today in Starkville, Mississippi. To start things off here for the Bulldog Invitational, Northwestern State played Alabama State. Northwestern State beat Alabama State 9-8. Then New Mexico played Northwestern State. New Mexico won 11-3. It's kind of hard to play back-to-back games, but still, good performance there by Northwestern State. And now, Alabama State plays Mississippi State, and after this game, New Mexico will play Mississippi State. So, a couple good games today. And over in Houston, the baseball team defeated Rice 14-3 in 7. As we get ready for the first pitch here, Lexi Sosa winds, pitches, straight down the middle for strike 1. Lexi Sosa winds up with 1-0 count, and it's fouled off to the right over towards the Hornets bench. Lexi Sosa, a graduate out of San Diego, California. She pitches right, bats right. She has an ERA of just over 2.5 on the year. Not bad from her. As she winds with an 0-2 count. Comes a pitch, and it's fouled once again over towards first base. Brooke Ramsey. Failed to mention her. She's up to bat first for the Hornets. She is behind the plate for the Hornets this afternoon. Ramsey, and over 300 batting average so far this season, as Sosa winds, pitches, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got things started fast here for the Lady Bulldogs with a strikeout. Good pitch in there by Sosa. Sosa's kind of a do-it-all lady. She pitches, she bats, and I'm pretty sure if they needed her to, she'd go out and play in the field. So great to have her on the team. Janiyah Boykin up to bat now for the Hornets as Sosa gets called, winds, pitches. Just a tad bit high, ball 1. 1-0 count here with 1 out. Boykin, center field for the Hornets, batting just over 200. 8 hits on the season, 4 runs, 3 RBIs as Sosa winds and deals, and it's fouled off towards the state dugout. By the way, I failed to mention I'm Zach Sizemore. I'm alone today for both of these games. So, lucky to have you guys here listening to me as Sosa gets called. Winds and pitches. Straight down the middle for strike 2. 1-2 count, 1 out here in the top of the first. Pitch. Just a tad bit high, ball 2, 2-2 count. Now, Janiyah Boykin, she's from Mobile, Alabama. She's a junior. And as I said before, she's playing in center field today. She bats left, but she throws right. So one of those players that bats not the way she throws is. Sosa winds, pitches, and just misses the bottom left corner from ball 3. Full count here, 1 out. Sosa gets the call. Starts her windup, delivers, and it's fouled off towards the state dugout. Boykin staying alive here in her first at-bat. Looking to get her 9th hit of the season. Trying to get on base. She has 3 stolen bases so far this season, so looking to get on base and possibly steal. As Sosa gets the call, winds, pitches, in, and looks like it was dropped. As ball 4 happens, Boykin walks. As we now have the first batter on base for the day. Up to that bat now for the Hornets is Leah Richardson. She is a senior out of Tracy, California. She bats right and throws right. She's playing first base today as Sosa winds, delivers first pitch, and it's down towards first base as Riley Hull easily gets that grounder, steps on first base, but Boykin advances to second. Runner on second. 2 outs here in the top of the first. No hits for the Hornets. As Elena Scott, who's playing shortstop for the Hornets today, steps up to bat. She's a junior out of Helena, Alabama. Bats right, throws right. As Sosa gets a call. Sosa winds, pitches. Straight inside, catches the inside corner for strike one. Scott batting 227 on the season. 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs. Looking to drive in the runner in scoring position as Sosa winds, delivers. And it's fouled. Down the first base line towards the Hornets dugout. Boykin jogs back to second base after taking off for third when she saw the ball hit the ground. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. No hits so far. Boykin got walked as Sosa is called. Winds, delivers. Outside for ball 1. Trying to see if Scott could... Trying to see if Scott would swing there for her second strikeout of the game, but good discipline there by Scott. As Sosa winds, delivers, and it's grounded out towards third base and over to first for the third out. Good job there by Nadia Barberry to handle that and deliver a perfect throw to first base. Here to end the first inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. 1 runner left on base for the Hornets as we are heading to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Mississippi State softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
What it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit me get up. First shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back.
And we welcome you back here to Starkville, Mississippi to the bottom of the first. As I said in the opening, Mason Quinney pitching for Alabama State. She is a freshman out of Meridianville, Alabama. She bats right, throws right, has an ERA of almost 10 this season. One thing to know about Alabama State is they've only had really 4 pitchers pitch this season, so they don't have a deep pen whatsoever. But leading off for the Bulldogs, number 29, Sierra Sacco. Sierra Sacco, a senior out of Marrero, Louisiana. She bats left, throws right. She has a just over 400 batting average so far this season. 19 runs, 18 hits as Quinn deals the first pitch and misses the bottom left corner for ball 1. As I was saying, Sacco, 18 hits, 19 runs, 2 home runs, and 16 RBIs. She's been walked 16 times as well. So, as Quinn pitches, and it's low for ball 2. Quinn just unable to find the strike zone here in the first 2 pitches. 2-0 count. As Quinney gets a call. Winds and pitches. Almost dribbled it across the ground there for ball 3. 3-0 count here for Sierra Sacco. Sacco would love to get a hit here as Quinney deals and straight down the middle for strike 1. It's interesting to me when you get to a 3-0 count, a lot of coaches tell these batters to not swing. And, you know, even if it's straight down the middle, not swing as Quinney deals. And it's a hit for Sacco over the right field, drops as she gets safely to first base. Good hit there as Pedawa could not corral it off the one-hopper. Allowed just enough time for Sako to get over to first. That is Sako's 19th hit of the season as Nadia Barberry steps up to bat. Nadia Barberry, a junior out of Douglasville, Alabama. She is playing third base today as Quinny deals, and way outside as Sako steals for second and does not get there in enough time. Good job there by Brooke Ramsey behind the plate to get the ball in a perfect dot over to Alana Scott, a shortstop who tags Sako out. Sako now 9 for 12 on stolen bases, 9 successes, 3 fails. As I was saying, Nadia Barberry batting just under 300 on the season as Quinny gets called, winds pitches, dribbles off the dirt for ball 2, 2-0 count, 1 out. Sako got thrown out trying to steal second. Barberry has 15 hits, 11 runs, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. As she drills a pitch towards center field. It's going, and it is gone. Nadia Barberry with her third home run of the season to give State a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Quinny just puts it right over the plate. Nadia Barberry sees it the entire way, swings right through it, and it's gone. As a State fan, you love to see that. As a Hornet fan, not so much. That is Mason Quinny's second home run given up this season, so done a great job of not really allowing many deep pitch. I mean, she's only pitched about 20 innings so far this season. As Kiara Sells, the right fielder, steps up to bat as Quinny deals, and Sells drills it towards left field, and it is gone. Back-to-back home runs there by the Bulldogs. Kiara Sells' first pitch home run towards left field. Bulldogs now lead 2-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The ladies off to a really hot start. Once again, Quinny just kind of leaving it over the plate, hoping Sells just swings and misses, but great connection over the left field wall for a home run. That is Kiara Sells' 4th home run of the year as Lexi Sosa, the pitcher, as I mentioned earlier, who can pitch and bat this season, up to bat, as it looks like we have a mound visit for the Hornets. Not sure if they're going to replace Quinny or just remind the freshmen that it's all right. Got to do better. As it looks like we might have a pitcher change here with Lexi Sosa up to bat. Yes, we will have a pitcher change. Mason Quinny, the freshman, will come out. Number 19, Caitlin Hill, another freshman out of Ridgeland, Mississippi, so a Mississippi native. Love to see Mississippi native here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. She bats right, throws right, has an ERA of just under 9. Has given up 54 hits on the season, 48 runs. 45 of those were earned runs. Walked 31 people, struck out 8, and given up 7 home runs. So, looks like the Hornets are just trying to get these young pitchers some activity as she is winding up. But just a little bit about Lexi Sosa. As I said, as she was pitching, she's from San Diego, California, graduate. Bats right, throws right. She is just over 300 average on the season. 9 runs, 13 hits, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. Been walked 7 times. And looking to get another one here. Another hit or something. Sorry, another hit or home run here in the bottom of the first, up 2-0. As Hill gets the call. Winds pitches. In for strike 1. Barely clips the bottom right corner. As she winds pitches again. Sosa gets it a dropping ball over to second base, throws over to first for the first out here. Or sorry, second out here in the bottom of the first. Ayana Fran, the second baseman, able to corral that. Get over to Leah Richards at first for the second out. As Jesse Blaine steps up to bat. Jesse Blaine, a senior out of Pike Road, Alabama, playing catcher today as she gets the pitch. Watches it in for strike one. Jesse Blaine batting just over 300 in the season. 8 runs, 10 hits. As Hill gets a call, winds, deals. Outside for ball one. 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. State leads 2-0. First out came on a Sierra Sacco trying to steal second but failed as Hill deals. And Blaine watches it for ball 2. Good eye there. Hill not pleased with that call, but knows she has to do just a bit better to get that strike call. Second out came just before as Lexi Sosa grounded out. Hill pitches outside for ball 3. 3-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. One thing I failed to mention in the intro is Alabama State is led by first-year head coach here at State as Hill deals pitches. And Jesse Blaine swinging and misses. Full count here with 2 outs. Camise Patterson. The Hornets are 1-14 on the year. 1-15 after their loss today. 1-8 at neutral sites because this is kind of considered a neutral site as Hill pitches. And Blaine drills it towards left field, and it is caught for out number 3 to end the bottom of the first. Terrell over there in left field getting that. As we head to the top of the second. As I was saying before that play, so first-year head coach kind of getting a foot underneath them as their head coach from last year stepped away for personal reasons. Wish the best for him and his family. And the Bulldogs are led by Samantha Ricketts. Samantha Ricketts has compiled 173 wins, 102 losses. Here at her time at Mississippi State, she was hired in 2019. She's compiled a 37-57 SEC record, and she's done really well here at Mississippi State, getting these Lady Bulldogs to be considered top contenders year after year. But we're going to take a quick break here as the players are warming up to start the top of the second. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows and
We would like to welcome you back here to Starkville, Mississippi as your Lady Bulldogs are up 2-0 over Alabama State Hornets. Bit of a scoring recap. Nadia Barberry and Kiana Sells homered back-to-back to put the Bulldogs up 2-0 as we are here at the top of second. Lexi Sosa winding pitching. In for strike one. Up to bat for the Hornets is Kelsey Long, the designated player. Long, a junior, out of Columbus, Georgia, as Sosa gets a call. Wine pitches. Outside for ball one, 1-1 count. Long batting 200 on the year. No runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI on the season. as Sosa winds pitches. Fouled back for strike two. 1-2 count here. Sosa done a phenomenal job so far not allowing a hit yet in this game. The one runner that did get on base was a walk in the first inning as Sosa winds, deals, and it's fouled straight down and back. Staying alive, long is. Sosa looking to her wrist, trying to get the call. Gets a call, winds and delivers. Inside for strike three, her second strikeout of the game so far. So well done there by Lexi Sosa. She has 2 strikeouts on the game, faced 5 batters, about to face her 6. As Talia Sims, the third baseman, steps up. Lexi Sosa delivers, and it's drilled straight towards her, hits her in the leg, barely reacts as Sims gets safely to first. Sosa just kind of standing there, just like grinning, just like, wow. That came straight back at me, and just no reaction. What a tough lady out there for the Bulldogs. But Sim gets that hit, gets safely to first, as it was fielded by Morgan Stiles at second base. As Gabriella Terrell, the left fielder, up to bat, as Sosa delivers, and it's hit straight towards the third base line. 2 runners on now for the Hornets. And it looks like I broadcaster jinxed Lexi Sosa. She had not given up a hit until I said, and she's now given up 2 straight hits. As a second baseman, Ayana Frank up to bat for the Hornets. Sosa winds and delivers. Inside for strike 1, just barely catches that inside corner. As Ayana Frank bats right-handed. Sosa gets the call and delivers, and it's hit straight towards right field, and it is caught for out. Oh, dropped. Looks like we had a bit of a mix-up there as the right fielder, Kiana Sells, just drops it. Looked like a sure out, but she drops it. Allows one Hornet to score, as we now have runners on second and third. So believe it would be an error. Yes, it is an error there by the right fielder, Kiana Sells. Allows the Hornets to get on the board. The score now 2-1, as we have a catcher mound visit. As the infielder just reminding each other and giving encouragement to Sosa. But yeah, just a very unfortunate play there for the Bulldogs. Not sure if she just lost it, even though she has the sunglasses. The sun kind of at an unforgiving angle. But nonetheless, 1 error for the Bulldogs now. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the second. 1 out. As Mashaila Petaway, the right fielder, steps up to bat. She's batting 161 in the year as Sosa winds and delivers. And just misses the corner for sure. Ball 1. Petaway, a left-handed hitter. And as I said, 161 batting average on the year. Has 5 hits, 4 runs. And no RBIs as she gets the second pitch. And Sosa misses the corner once again. Just trying to paint that corner, unable to, as there's a 2-0 count here in the top of the second. 1 out, runners on second and third. Sosa winds, delivers, and it's fouled straight back by Petaway for the first strike of the at-bat. In case you missed it, the 2 runners are Gabriella Terrell and Ayana Frank. Terrell over at third base, Ayana Frank at second, as Sosa winds and delivers. and it's fouled for strike 2. Hits the ground and bounces over into the Bulldog dugout. The Hornets' lone run in this inning coming from an error by right fielder Kiana Sells. Just thought she had the ball, but ended up going over her. It looks like it might have hit the top of the glove as Sosa gets the call. Wines delivers, and it's fouled again. Petaway staying alive here in the top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sosa gets the call, starts her windup, and pitches, and it's fouled again. 3rd straight foul there by Petaway to stay alive in this at-bat. Sosa looking to bounce back after giving up 2 straight hits, and then the error committed by fellow teammate Kiana Sells in right field, as Sosa looking to get her 3rd strikeout of the game as she winds, pitches, and it's popped straight up and caught by third baseman Nadia Barberry for the 2nd out in the inning. Good job there by Barberry, able to pinpoint it, getting under it and just controlling it for the out. As Brooke Ramsey, the catcher for the Hornets, up to bat for her 2nd time. She struck out her 1st time up as Sosa. Wines delivers, and Ramsey drills it towards left field, drives in 1 run, and the other run stays as she heads for 2nd. So 1 pitch, a hit over to left field, and gets a double off of that. Hornets have now tied the Bulldogs here 2-2 with 2 outs, 3 hits apiece. As Janiyah Boykin, the center fielder for the Hornets, comes up to bat her 2nd time. She gets the pitch and swing and a miss, strike 1. Boykin walked her 1st time up, got to 2nd, and then the inning ended. She was the lone runner stranded in the 1st. Sosa winds, delivers, ball. Catcher had to jump up to grab it, make sure she didn't allow any other Hornets to score here in the top of the 2nd. 1-1 count here with 2 outs as Sosa gets a call and delivers, and it's fouled back into the Bulldogs dugout. Looks like one of the managers or assistants tried to catch it and just dropped it. People in the dugout give him a hard time. Got to catch those, man. 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd. All tied up here as Sosa gets the call and delivers, and fouled again. Man, I don't know how many fouls that is here in the inning, but it sure is at least 5. These Hornets doing a good job of seeing the ball and just able to get some sort of contact on it. As Sosa winds, delivers, and fouled again. Holy cow. 3rd straight foul ball again. Now the Hornets do bat as a team just under 230 batting average on the season. So not terrible job. Not terrible, but seems like they see the ball well, just not able to make good contact all season. As Sosa delivers down low for ball, I believe that was ball 3. No, sorry, ball 2. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Brooke Ramsey on 2nd. Ayana Frank at 3rd. As Sosa winds, delivers, and misses the strike zone just by a little bit. Now we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Looking to retire this hitter to end the top of the 2nd, getting to the bottom of the 2nd, and then the Hornets scoring in the 2nd as she pitches and gets strike 3. Lexi Sosa, 3rd strikeout of the game, comes at a crucial time as the Hornets have 2 stranded on base. And just a bit of an inning recap: 2 runs scored, 3 hits, 1 error, and as I said, 2 left on base. So the Bulldogs will be up to bat when we come back. You're listening to Mississippi State softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah.
And we would like to welcome you back here to Starkville, Mississippi. Just a bit of a scoring recap of how we're 2-2 here. Bottom of the first, Nadia Barberi and Kiana Sells both homered back-to-back to put the Bulldogs up 2-0. Then the Hornets scored a run off of a dropped fly ball by right fielder Kiana Sells to make the score 2-1. As first pitch is a ball. And then Brooke Ramsey singled and then advanced to second while the throw was coming in to let Gabriella Terrell score. As Ella Wasilowski up to bat the designated player, Caitlin Hill, pitching still. Wasilowski has not had a hit so far this season, and this is her second at bat this season. 2-0 count here, as Hill winds, delivers, and swing and a miss. It was tipped. For strike one, 2-1 count. In Wasilowski's only appearance at bat so far this season, she struck out. Looking to not do that as Hill winds, delivers, and just high for ball 3. 3-1 count here in the bottom of the second, no outs. Score is 2-2. As the pitch comes and it's hit over towards left field and it falls, bounces over the left fielder as Wasilowski gets her first hit of the season. Wasilowski, a sophomore of Williamsville, New York. First hit is a double. Congratulations to her, as she is now on second, and Kylie Edwards up to bat. Kylie Edwards, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. Batting .262 on the season. 11 hits, 9 runs, 10 RBIs. As Hill gets a call. Winds and delivers. And fouled straight back. Strike one. 0-1 count, runner on second. Thanks to a double by Wasilowski. Over towards left field, hit the back wall, bounced over the left fielder. Allowed just enough time for her to get to second base. Her first hit of the season is a double. As the pitch comes, ball 1, 1-1 count. Kylie Edwards, a sophomore out of Waldron, Indiana, playing shortstop today. Bats right, throws right as the pitch comes, and it's fouled again. Hit the netting and then caught by the catcher, Brooke Ramsey. Because it hit the net, no out. Net just there as a precaution to protect the fans. 1-2 count, no outs here in the bottom second. Runner on second. As Hill winds, delivers. Dribbles across the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 count, no outs. As it looked like Ramsey, the catcher for the Hornets, was trying to fake out Wasilowski by acting like she was throwing it to second, and really she was just throwing it back to the pitcher as Hill winds, delivers. And it's dribbled over to third and over to first for the out. Talia Sims, the third baseman for the Hornets, controlled the ground ball, looked to second, saw the runner staying, threw it over to first for the first out. As Riley Hole, a senior out of Summers, Kentucky. She's playing first base today. Bats left, throws right. As she gets the first pitch, and it's high for ball one. Ramsey acting like she's throwing to second. Does not. Ramsey has already thrown out one runner today. Back in the first, as Sierra Sacco tried to steal second, as Hill winds delivers outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Wesolowski started things off in this inning with a hit. Her first hit of the season for a double. As Wine delivers. Strike one, 2-1 count. Riley Hole batting .237 on the season. 9 hits, 9 runs, 5 RBIs. As Hill winds, delivers. And it's really high for ball 3. 3-1 count. Ramsey lucky she was able to control it. Otherwise, Wesolowski might have gone to third. Hill gets the pitch and delivers, and it's drilled towards center field and caught for out number 2. Wesolowski fakes like she's going for third to force the run in. Maybe a wild throw there, but good throw there by the center fielder, Boykin. Janiyah Boykin. As Morgan Stiles steps to the bat. She got her first home run last game for the Bulldogs, a 3-run home run, as Hill winds, delivers. Ball 1. 1-0 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Morgan Stiles bats .200 on the year. 5 hits, 6 runs, 7 RBIs. 3 of those coming from her first home run of the season. As she gets it, drives it towards center field. It's carrying, and it hits off the wall. As she drives in a run and gets to second. Morgan Stiles looks like the bat is staying hot for her as she gets the Bulldogs up 3-2 here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. Stiles, only a freshman out of Athens, Alabama. Starting things off pretty hot this season as we get to the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Sierra Sacco back up to bat. She got to first. She got a single in the first and then was thrown out on her way to second, trying to steal. As she gets the pitch, inside for ball 1. Ramsey holds on the ball, makes sure Stiles gets back to second. Bulldogs now have 5 hits in the game as Hill winds, delivers. And driven back towards center field. It's going, and it is gone. The 3rd home run of the game for the Bulldogs. This one coming from Sierra Sacco. Bulldogs are now up 5-2 here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. A 1-0 count, drives it towards center field as she touches home plate. Now, one thing to note about Sierra Sacco. She's batted leadoff in every game of her collegiate career. 185 consecutive games. She is a senior, as I mentioned earlier. She's reached safely 51, just over 51% of the time in leadoff opportunities. And Mississippi State is 42-7 when she scores a run since she arrived last season. So she scored in this game, looking for the 43rd time. The 43rd win when she scores a run in the game. As it looks like we have a mound visit, the coach telling the freshman it's all right. Pretty long conversation here. As coach makes her way off the the circle, makes her way out of the circle. Coach Camise Patterson, I believe that was. As Nadia Barbary, a junior, 1 for 1 on the day, had a home run in the first, put State up 1-0. Comes up to bat with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. State up 5-2. Hill gets a call, winds, delivers, and down low for ball 1, 1-0 count. Hill winds, delivers. Inside for strike 1, just catches the bottom of the zone. Barberry looking to replicate what she did in the first. Get another home run. As Hill doesn't like the pitch, changes it. Winds, delivers, and misses a strike zone for ball 2. 2-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Hill getting the call. Starts in motion, delivers. Ball 3. 3-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Now, one thing to note here is the Bulldogs have now scored 5 runs here in the game, and the Bulldogs have scored 5 or more runs in 61 of their 76 wins over the past 3 seasons. As Hill winds, delivers. Ball 4, Nadia Barberry walked. Looked like Hill not trying to really give her anything, so Barberry can't replicate what she did back in the first. But as I was saying, they're 61 of their past 76 wins over the past 3 seasons. They've scored 5 or more runs. And the Bulldogs are 131 wins to 15 losses under Samantha Ricketts when scoring at least 5. As Kiara Sells up to bat, her second time. She homered in the first as well. As the pitch comes, outside for ball 1. Just from that first pitch, it looks like Hill not really wanting to give her anything either. Not trying to have her replicate what she did in the first. With Lexi Sosa on deck. Lexi Sosa grounded out as Hill winds, delivers, and misses the zone for ball 2. 2-0 count here with 2 outs. Nadia Barberry on first. Kiara Sells to bat and Lexi Sosa on deck. As Hill gets the call, starts her delivery and delivers and catches the zone for strike 1. 2-1 count, 2 outs. State leads 5-2. As it looks like we get time from Sells here. Kiara Sells gets set back in the box as Hill winds, delivers, and fouled straight back. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Kiara Sells wanted to replicate what she did in the first, and that was a home run, but this time instead of it just being a 1-run home run, a 2-run home run. As she steps back into the box, Hill gets a call and delivers. And it's popped up towards center field, and it is caught by Boykins for out number 3. Ends the second inning here in Starkville, Mississippi. 1 runner left on base, and that was Nadia Barberry after getting walked. But we did have a score here, 2 scores, when Morgan Stiles doubled to allow Ella Wesolowski to score, and then Sierra Sacco homer to drive in Morgan Stiles and herself. State now at 5-2. And we are going to take a quick break here as the Bulldogs get warmed back up here to start the top of the 3rd. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. A lot about living and a little about love.
And we welcome you back here to Starkville, Mississippi at the top of the third. Lexi Sosa had a good appearance here so far today. She's pitched both of the innings so far, only giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, struck out 3 people, and faced 11 batters, thrown 41 pitches. Now, one thing to note is of the 2 runs she's given up, only one of them has been earned. The other one came off of an error by right fielder Kiara Sells. As Leah Richardson up to bat again, as Sosa delivers a pitch, and it's over to the second baseman and over to first for the first out. Good job by Morgan Stiles to control the one hopper. Get over to Riley Hull at first for the first out in the top of the third. Now Leah Richardson did ground out in the first and grounds out here in the third as Alana Scott, the shortstop for the Hornets, back up to bat. She grounded out as well in the first as Sosa delivers, and it's fouled. Straight back. 0-1 count with 1 out here in the top of the third. As Sosa gets the call and delivers a pitch, and it's high for ball 1, 1-1 count with 1 out here in the top of the third. Now, Mississippi State has some really good pitchers here. Lexi Sosa, one of them, as she winds, delivers, and fouled back again for strike 2, 1-2 count with 1 out. If you happen to catch our broadcast on Wednesday, Raylan Chafin was the pitcher. She pitched all 5 innings and reached 60 strikeouts in the first 16 games. As Sosa winds, delivers. Ball 2, 2-2 count, 1 out. Yes, Chafin was dominant in her appearance on Wednesday. Getting a rest today after doing really well on Wednesday. She is... Sorry, as Sosa winds, delivers. Ball 3, full count. Her 60 strikeouts and 8 wins in the team's first 16 games of the season are the most by an MSU pitcher since 2015 when Alexis Silkwood struck out 77 and posted a 9-2 record over State's first 16 contests as Sosa walks Scott. As Jesse Blaine comes to the circle to chat to Sosa. But 2015 was also the year, the last time an MSU pitcher struck out 200 batters in a single season. That's something that has only occurred 5 times in Bulldog history. So we'll see if Chafin can keep up her dominant streak so far to start the season and strike out 200 batters. Another thing to note about MSU pitching, this time the staff, is MSU's pitching staff is among the top 25 nationally in strikeout to walk ratio, as Kelsey Long, the designated player for the Hornets, up to bat. Sosa gets a call, winds and deals, and grounder towards third, thrown over by Barberry to first, and for out number 2, as Scott safely reaches second. 1 pitch, grounder to third, second out here in the top of the third. But yes, the coaching staff here ranks top 25 nationally in strikeout to walk ratio with 3.66. Whip, which is walks and hits per inning, at 108, as Talia Sims, the third baseman for the Hornets, up to bat as Sosa asked for time. Looks like she's having a problem with her pitch comm. Barberry comes over to try and help her. But yes, Whip, walks and hits per inning pitch, just over 1, and strikeouts per 7 innings, which is just about 7.5. So dominant pitching by the Bulldogs thanks to a great coaching staff. As 2 outs here in the top of the third. Sosa gets the call. And ball 1 to Talia Sims. Looks like they got the pitching device figured out as she looks to it. Gets the call. And starts the delivery. And it's way inside for ball 2. 2-0 count. 2 outs. Runner on second. The runner is Elena Scott, who was walked. Sosa delivers 3 straight balls here to start this at-bat. Talia did get a single back in the second, ended up scoring when that error occurred, I believe. As Sosa delivers a strike. 3-1 count now. 2 outs. Sosa looking for a 4th strikeout at this at bat as she delivers, and it's fouled down the third base line. Full count now with 2 outs. So Sosa really will look for that 4th strikeout here in the top of the third. Sosa with 19 strikeouts so far in the season. As she gets the pitch and delivers it as it's popped up towards right field, and it is caught by Morgan Stiles. Morgan Stiles over at second base, sprinting over there and catching it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Hornets here in the top of the third. As we'll head to the bottom of the third with Lexi Sosa due up for the Bulldogs. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Do you remember when it first started? September, love was changing the mind as pretender, while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that souls were singing as we danced in the night. Remember how the stars rolled the night away.
We welcome you back here to News Park in Starkville, Mississippi, as the Bulldogs lead 5-2 here in the bottom of the third. As Lexi Sosa up to bat. The Bulldogs have scored off of 3 home runs and a double. Home run by Nadia Barberry, Kiana Sells, and Sierra Sacco, and then a double by Morgan Stiles that ran in Wesolowski from second. The 2 Hornets runs are from an error and then a single. The error committed by right fielder Kiana Sells, and then Brooke Ramsey singled to advance Gabrielle Terrell as Hill pitches outside for ball 1. Sosa grounded out her first time back in the first as Hill pitches, and Sosa fouls it straight back. Sosa batting 4th in the lineup today. While also pitching as Hill gets the windup and swinging a miss by Sosa. Strike 2. 1-2 count here in the bottom of the third. Hill gets the pitch and delivers, and outside for ball 2. 2-2 count. Hill has pitched almost 2 full innings, 1 2/3, has given up 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 1 person, and given up 1 home run as she's faced 9 batters as she pitches, and Sosa drives it towards left field and foul. Count remains 2-2. Sosa a bit bummed out the ball didn't stay just fair, as she possibly could have reached second there. But Hill faced 9 batters as she delivers for ball 3. Full count here to start the bottom of the third. She's thrown 40 pitches here in about 2 innings as she winds and delivers, and foul ball by Sosa over the wall into the stands. Watch out, fans. Keeping their heads on the swivel, make sure they're paying attention. You know, if I was out there in the stands, it probably would have hit me. Not the most attentive when it comes to just sitting and watching sports, but good thing I'm in here in the press box as Hill delivers. And ball 4, Sosa gets walked to start the bottom of the third. But good thing I'm here in the press box and not there out there in the stands. Less of a likelihood for me to get hit. Jesse Blaine, the catcher, up to bat now, as it looks like we'll have a pinch runner for Lexi Sosa. It's going to be the freshman, Kaylani Sells, out of Jasper, Texas. Kaylani Sells not batting today, but playing out in left field. So mainly use her as a pinch runner because of her speed. As Jesse Blaine flew out back in the first. As she gets the first pitch, ball 1. Ramsey making sure Sells doesn't decide to steal second. She's already thrown 1 Bulldog out today. Sierra Sacco back in the first when she was trying to steal second. As Hill pitches and Blaine drives it towards center field. It's going off the wall as Sells rounds third and heads home. Throw coming in and not in time. Sells is safe. Bulldogs now up 6-2 here in the bottom of the third, thanks to a double by Jesse Blaine, allowing Sells, who did jump the pitch trying to steal second, to round third and get home. Jesse Blaine doing a great job of hitting so far this season. Just over 300 average. As Ella Wesolowski steps up for her second at bat in this game. She's batting now 500 on the season, thanks to her first hit last time at bat as Hill winds, delivers, and ball 1, ball gets away as Blaine takes off for third. Ramsey just not able to control it. Kind of hard when you're a right-handed catcher, gloves on your left hand, ball comes to the right, and you're just not able to get that left arm across in just enough time. Wesolowski got a double her first at-bat this game, which was also her first hit of the season as Hill delivers, and ball 2. 2-0 count, no outs, runner on third. After a Jesse Blaine RBI double, and then stole third after a missed pitch by the catcher. Or a pass ball as Hill delivers. Wesolowski pops it up towards shallow right field, and it is caught by Petaway as she gets the ball in. Blaine tagged up and thought about trying to get home, but decided otherwise as Ramsey got the ball and forced her back to third. One out here in the bottom of the third. As Kylie Edwards up to bat, she gets the first pitch. Ball 1. 1-0 count. Runner on third. Kylie Edward grounded out back in the second. Her second at bat of the game as she gets the pitch, and ball 2. Ramsey being really dominant at forcing these runners to stay at the base. Base is not really allowing them to steal and making sure they stay there. As Hill winds, delivers, and ball 3. 3-0 count, 1 out here. State leads 6-2. Now after a Jesse Blaine double that drived in Kaylani Sells, who was pitch running for Lexi Sosa. Hill delivers. Strike 1. 3-1 count, 1 out. As I said, sometimes coaches tell these players when it's a 3-0 count to just kind of sit back and wait instead of swinging for the fences with nothing to lose. As Hill delivers, and there it is. Edwards swinging towards center field. It's going back, going, gone. Mississippi State with a 2-run homer thanks to Kylie Edwards. Drives in Jesse Blaine. Bulldogs now lead 8-2 here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. That is Kylie Edwards' second home run of the season, first of the game, and the 4th home run for the Bulldogs here this afternoon. The bats are hot for the Bulldogs, that's for sure today, as we have another circle visit for the Lady Hornets. As it looks like we might have another pitcher change. Maybe not, as Ramsey jogs back towards the plate from the circle. Two of the Hornet coaches are talking to the umpire today. And speaking of umpires, your head umpire today is Amirius Addison behind plate. Your first base umpire, Michael Thibodeau. And your third base umpire, Christine Littlefield. They've done a tremendous job so far this season. As it might be Christian Littlefield. Not sure. It's spelled Chrisistine, as it looks like we do have a new batter for the Lady Hornets. It'll be Ashley Pye. Ashley Pye, a senior out of Stockton, California. Bats right, throws right. Has a almost 23 EAR on the season. For those of you that know, is earned runs allowed, and it's averaged out per innings pitched. She's appeared in 5 games so far. Only pitched 7 innings. Given up 11 hits, 26 runs, 24 earned runs, 19 walks, 4 strikes, and has a batting average of just over 350. She has yet to give up a home run this season. Most of the hits she's allowing being singles. As sounds like we've got some terrible Titanic music here playing in News Park. Something they play whenever opposing pitchers are warming up to just kind of get in their head a little bit. As we will have Riley Hull, the first baseman, bats left, up to bat. She flew out in her first appearance in the second. State leads 8-2 here with 1 out. State has 8 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base as Pye gets set. Gets the call and delivers and misses the corner for ball 1. Riley Hull still looking for her first home run of the season as she gets the second pitch, and it's strike 1, 1-1 count with 1 out. So 1's on the board here in the bottom of the third. As Pye pitches and fouled down the first base line. 2-1 count now, or sorry, 1-2 count here. Morgan Styles on deck. As Pie gets the call. And delivers, and it's hit straight towards left field. Gets down as Hole safely reaches first on a 1-out single. After flying out in the second, now gets a single here in the bottom of the third. As Morgan Styles, as I said earlier, is now up to bat. Styles hit the double her first time at bat and then ended up scoring. At her first time at bat, that double did drive in a run. So looking to replicate something similar, either another RBI or a home run, which would be her second of the season. As Pie delivers, ball one. Ramsey does a good job of making sure that pitch doesn't get away and keeping Riley Hole at first. 1-0 count with 1 out here in the bottom third. State leads by 6. Pie delivers, and ball two. Just a bit low. Wind has started picking up a bit here, blowing in from left field over to right field as Pie delivers and narrowly misses Styles. Styles able to jump back just enough that it just misses her shins. So 3-0 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. As this wind, we'll see if it holds up the ball, and he has strike one is called. Morgan Styles was heading towards first. She thought it was a ball. Umpire said otherwise. 3-1 count now. Keeps Riley Hole at first. And it's delivered, and Styles grounder is foul. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strike, 1 out. A little 3-2-1 action. You know, I was surprised I could count as high as 3, but looks like that state education is coming in handy. As Pie delivers, and ball 4 now. Hole advances to second. Styles advances to first off of that walk. We are back to the top of the order. Sierra Sacco up for her 3rd time here in the game. She has batted in every inning now. In the first, she singled. In the second, she hit a home run. And let's see what she can do here in the third with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Pie delivers. And Sacco looked like she was trying to bunt, but missed it as it is strike 1. State has scored in every inning so far here in the bottom third as Pie delivers, and it dribbles for ball 1. Ramsey doing a phenomenal job behind the plate for the Hornets, able to just keep everything in front of her for the most part and keeping runners from advancing. Sacco gets a 3rd pitch, and it's a ball, as we now have a 2-1 count with 1 out. With Nadia Barberry on deck. State 1 hit away from double hits in this game as Pie delivers, and it's ball 3. 3-1 count. State would love to load bases up here as ball 4 is called. Bases now loaded as Nadia Barberry up to bat. She hit a homer in the first and then was walked in the second. So looking to drive in another run here whether it's off of a hit or a walk. So unless Pie is okay with walking her and giving up one run, look for a lot of strike or pitches in the strike zone for this at bat as Pie winds, delivers. Ball one. So I was wrong. She just once again almost dribbled it across the dirt as we now have a mound visit by the Hornet, Camille Patterson. Or sorry, not mound, circle visit. Stuck in that baseball lingo. Apologies, folks. It's not a mound, it's softball, it is a circle. So we have a circle visit. The bases are loaded, 1-0 count with 1 out. That's Patterson talking to Pie, and pats her on the back and heads off the field. Definitely not the way Patterson wanted to start this season, with her first season at the helm here at Alabama State. 1-15. Down by 6 here against State in the Bulldog Invitational. Not wanting to drop 2 games here. As Pie coming out of that circle visit, winds, delivers, and Barberry gets it, drives it towards right field, and missed by the right fielder. 1 run scored, 2 runs scored, 3 runs, third head for home, and all 3 runners score. The State now leads 11-2. Got my numbers a bit confused as Kiara Sells, the next batter, was over there near home plate. Counted her as one of the runners when I shouldn't have. So State drives in 3 runs after a Nadia Barberry double. Kiara Sells up to bat. She homered in the first and then flew out in the second. So she as well has batted in all 3 innings. As Pie delivers for strike 1. 1 out, runner on second, a 1 count. As the Pie delivers and dribbles it for ball 1 count. As the dugout for the Bulldogs are singing some songs to encourage Barbarian Sells. As Pie winds, delivers, and Sells makes connection and dropped by the second baseman, but able to corral it for out number 2. Here in the bottom of the third, Ayana Frank dropped it, but able to corral it and gets the out. So Kiara Sells grounds out. Not an error because she didn't really reach safely, and she was able to get the out. So good job by her. As Lexi Sosa up to bat for her 3rd time today. She did start the inning. Start the 3rd inning up for bat for the Bulldogs. So everybody has batted here in the 3rd. She was walked. Here to start the 3rd as first pitch is a ball. Gets a little bit away from Ramsey, but Ramsey able to get there fast and keep Barberry at second. So it was walked, and then Kaylani Sells came in to pinch run for her. 1-0 count, 2 out as ball 2, ball gets away, and Barberry takes for 3rd. Gets there safely as Ramsey once again loses the ball, but this time ball gets caught underneath her feet just long enough for Barberry to once again get safely to 3rd. State now in double-digit hits, 10 hits, 11 runs. Alabama State 3 hits, 2 runs as Sosa swing and misses for strike 1, 2-1 count, 2 outs. Runner at 3rd. Lady Bulldogs firing on offense and defense here. Start their first game of the Bulldog Invitational as Pie winds, delivers for ball 3, 3-1 count. As Pie knew she just missed the zone there. Jesse Blaine on deck. As Pie delivers, Sosa grounds over to second and gets away from Ayana Frank. So Sosa safely reaches first and drives in Nadia Barberry to put State up by 10 now here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. As we'll see if that will be considered an error or not. I don't think it necessarily will, but I could be wrong. As Frank was just kind of unable to control it. Gave Sosa enough time to get to first. As they do call an error, so it looks like because she was able to corral it and the ball kind of squirted out probably about 10, 15 feet. Error, so an under-and run for State as Kaylani Sells now comes in once again to pinch run for Sosa. So don't want to put Sosa in any more danger of getting hurt besides batting because they love her batting skills. As Jessie Blaine up to bat, she flew out in the first and got a double with a 1-run double, or an RBI double here in the inning as she gets ball 1. She drove in Kaylani Sells, Kaylani Sells off that double beginning of the third to start this 7-run inning for State as pitch 2 is a strike. 1-1 count. And third pitch is the ball. And sorry, I apologize, folks. This time it's not Kaylani Sells, it's Morgan Bernardini. So bringing in somebody different to pinch run. So not wanting to wear out Kaylani Sells, who is playing out in left field today. As Jessie Blaine fouls this down the first base line, and right fielder Petaway just not able to get there in enough time, so will fall harmlessly to the ground for strike 2. 2's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Pie winds, delivers, and dribbles it for ball 3. Full count now as Ramsey throws it back to first and gets Bernardini looking. Bernardini just wasn't ready for that, unable to get back, and it looks like she is either hurt or upset with herself as she kind of lays there for a second. As she smiles and knows she's just unfortunate there as she gets caught to end the third inning. So we're going to take a quick break as looks like the Bulldogs will have a new pitcher on the circle, in the circle. Number 55, Josie Marin, junior out of Grime, Iowa. Bats right, throws right. Just over 5.5 ERA. Appeared in 7 games so far. Started 6 of them. So this will be her 8th. She's pitched 21 innings. Allowed 20 hits, 21 runs. 17 of those 21 were earned. Walked 14, struck out 19, and has a batting average of just under 2.5. So we'll be back in just a few moments to get the 4th started. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network.
Nashville is the place to be. Since I was 19, you can find me maroon and white tee. Stay grinding, you're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a
Starkville, Mississippi. To start at the top of the fourth. Sorry if it was a bit hard to hear me over that music. I got a bit distracted here in the break as Josie Marin, comes in the pitch as Terrell up to bat. And first pitch is a strike. 0-1 count for Marin's first pitch here in this game. Terrell singled her first time at the bat as Marin pitches, and Terrell makes contact and grounds out. Good play there by the second baseman as Romero comes in from Morgan Styles. Romero, a freshman of Lake Elsinore, California. Yeah, that's right, throws right. As Marin pitches to Frank, ball one. Frank reached second off of the error, dropped fly out to Kiara Sills. As Marin winds pitches for another ball, 2-0 count, 1 out. And it looks like Romero is the only change to the infield here in the top of the fourth. As Marin winds pitches, strike one, 2-1 count here, 1 out. So it looks like Coach Ricketts trying to get multiple freshmen some playing time. Morgan Styles and Romero, and Marin pitches and fouled straight down. Might have hit off Frank's shin, and I apologize for Romero. Not really able to say her first name. I think it's Ziani or something. So I apologize. I'll get that fixed in no time. As Marin winds and deals, and looks like it hits Frank right in the ankle as she limps towards first. Does not feel good. As Barberry and Hull head over to the circle to talk to Marin. Marin has posted a 1-win, 1-loss in games she's pitched in the season. As it looks like we will have a pinch runner for Frank. Frank gets hit on the ankle, does not feel good whatsoever. As Jayla Stewart, the sophomore out of Riverview, Florida, to pinch run as Maroon pitches, and Blaine checks on Stewart, make sure she can advance. Marin gets a call, starts her windup and delivers as Blaine throws to first, but it looks like a bit of a collision between Romero and Stewart causes Romero to drop it, so she's safe. Stewart is safe at first. Yes, Pedaway now up to bat. Failed to mention that. 2-0 count, 1 out. As Marin winds and delivers, and ball 3. So all 3 of her pitches to start this at bat have been balls. Pedaway bats last for the Hornets. Popped out her first time in the second, and Marin pitches and gets a strike. 3-1 count, 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Bulldogs lead by 10, 12-2. As Marin gets the call and pitches and just misses the top of the zone for ball 4. As Stewart will advance to second, and Petaway will get to first off of the walk. As the leadoff for the Hornets, Brooke Ramsey, 1 for 2 for the day, struck out in the first, had an RBI single in the second. And she comes back up to bat for her third time today. As Marin winds and deals, and ball 1. So it looks like she's just having a bit of trouble here after the first out of the inning. Kind of controlling these pitches, not really able to hit the strike zone very well. There she gets the pitch, winds, delivers, and gets a strike there. Good job by her, able to get that ball low and in the strike zone as Ramsey watches it. As Marin gets the pitch and delivers, and grounder towards second. Romero controls over to first for the out. Ramsey just unable to get there in enough time, but runners will advance. The Hornets now have runners on second and third, Stewart at third, and Petaway at second, with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Both of the Hornets runners got on base not by hits. First one as Marin winds, delivers, and high for ball 1. The first one was Ayana Frank, who got hit by a pitch in the ankle. She came off and Stewart came in to pinch run as she couldn't really walk on that. And then Petaway walked after a 3-1 count. But Marin, good response. Gets Ramsey out as she winds, delivers, and Boykin dribbles it right to Marin as she controls it over to first to hold for the third out of the 4th. So Boykin, just not good contact, dribbles straight to Marin, and Marin controls it easily for the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base here in the top of the 4th as the Bulldogs will get ready to bat here. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network. And we welcome you back here in the News Park in Starkville, Mississippi on this beautiful, gorgeous Friday afternoon. As this is the first game of the Bulldogs doubleheader here in the Bulldog Invitational facing the Hornets of Alabama State. Bulldogs lead 12-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Ashley Pye, the pitcher for the Hornets, and Jesse Blaine, the catcher, up to bat for the Bulldogs. Blaine, 1 for 2 on the day, flew out in the first. And then got a RBI, I believe it was single. Yeah, single back in the 3rd. Or sorry, double back in the 3rd. As Pye winds, delivers for strike 1, and apologies. So it looks like Jesse Blaine's night is done. as Abby Grace Richardson, a junior, is in the bat for her as Pie winds and delivers. Ball 1-1 count. So Bulldog coaching staff and Samantha Ricketts looks like they're doing some shuffling around here with a 10-run lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Abby Grace Richardson, as I said earlier, a junior out of Brookhaven, Mississippi, as pitch number 3 is ball, so 2-1 count. Abby Grace has appeared in 3 games this season, has no hits, but has scored a run. Because she tends to pinch run a lot, as Pie delivers ball number 3. This one just left her hand funky, dribbles pretty much all the way to the plate and past Ramsey. So Richardson looking for her first hit of the season. She plays catcher in infield as Pie winds delivers, and Richardson gets a hit back towards right field. Right fielder running back and drops it. Richardson running towards second, over to third, and coach is waving her home. Looks like it's going to be in the park home run, and yes, it is. Abby Grace Richardson, first hit of the season, is an inside the park home run. Great hustle there by her. Put State back up by 11, 13-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. So on a 3-1 count, Abby Grace Richardson sees the ball all the way over the plate, connects it, and it flies over to right field. Pettaway, Shayla Pettaway, out in right field, just kind of once again loses track of it. The second time tonight, where it just sails over her head. And Abby Grace Richardson takes for first, takes for second, looks over to the third base coach. He's waving her towards home because of an error. So it looks like as Pettaway was throwing it, she lost control, almost spiked it into the ground. So Abby Grace Richardson was able to score on the error, so they're going to say that she had a triple, and then because of the error, she scored. So still, her first hit the season, a triple, and then scored. So congratulations in order to her. Have had a lot of Bulldogs get their first hit of the season. Those first hits, their first hits of their career over this past week. Morgan Styles on Wednesday. First hit was a home run, as the Hornets are going to have another pitcher come in. Their fourth of the game, so they've gone through now all 4 pitchers here in the game. This one is Kalana Pousson. Looks, her last name is spelled Pousson. Almost looks like the French word poisson, which means chicken. As she is a sophomore out of Tampa Bay, Florida. She bats right, throws right. Has an ERA of just over 5.5. Appeared in 7 games. 26 innings pitched, 41 hits, 29 runs, 21 of them earned. Walked 18 and struck out 11 with a batting average of just over 350. As the Hornets will have as she pitches for ball 1. But the Hornets will have a position change out in right field. Alexa Denby for Alicia Pettaway. So her second missed fly out of the day, as Wislowski up the bat drives it towards center field. Boykin ranging back and catches it for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Good contact there, just kind of died in the air. The wind has died down here. Still a slight breeze, but not as strong as it was back in the third. As they've replaced Pettaway. So as I was saying, she misses 2. And just unable to stop these Bulldogs from doing anything, as it looks like we are going to have, once again, another pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. This time, it is Greta Grassel in for Kylie Edwards. Greta Grassel, a freshman out of Bozobel, Wisconsin. She plays outfield. She bats left, throws right. She's appeared in 12 games this season, has no hits, 5 runs, with 0 at-bats. So most of the games she's appeared in has been pinch running, so her first at-bat this season. And of her career here at Mississippi State, as she gets the pitch from Poston, and that's a ball. So 1-0 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch number 2 as Grassel fouls it over the Bulldogs dugout into the stands. So 1-1 count with 1 out. So as I've said a lot in this game, 1's on the board. As Poisson and ball 2-1. So if you hear me switching between how to pronounce her last name, it's because fortunately Alabama State doesn't have a pronunciation guide as some of these other schools that we face. As she winds and delivers for ball 3-1 count, 1 out, and Greta Grassel's first at-bat of her career in the season here. Alabama State, a member of the Southwestern Atlantic Conference, also known as SWAC, 1-15 on the year, as Houston winds, delivers for ball 4. Grassel walks in her first at-bat of her career. Not what she really wanted, but still able to get on base. As we will have another pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. This one will be Paige Ernstis. She will be pinch hitting as she gets first pitch of ball, but she'll be pinch hitting for Riley Hull. Paige, another freshman out of New Pales, Indiana, plays catcher and infield, bats right, throws right. Bats 500 in the year as the ball gets away from the catcher of the Hornets, Ramsey. So Grassel will take off towards second on the pass ball. As I was saying, Ernstis, batting 500 in the years, 10 at-bats, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and a home run. So has had some batting experience this year. As the pitch comes, and it's another ball, 3-0 count with 1 out, runner on second. Thanks to a pass ball, or a wild pitch. They declared that in the scoring table. As Poston winds, delivers, and ball 4, second straight batter walked. Here in the 4th after a triple and then a score by Abby Grace Richardson. And then a fly out by Ella Wesolowski. As Romero, who came in for Morgan Stiles, will now bat in the 9th spot. And Sierra Sacco. So Sierra Sacco will stay at the leadoff batting spot as we have runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs have scored 1 run after scoring 7 in the 3rd. That coming off of a triple and then a error allowing Abby Grace Richardson to get home. As strike 1 is called. I think even without the error, Abby Grace Richardson still would have probably managed to get home, as the ball came in way late. It might have been closer, but it would have been a lot. I think it still would have been good, as it is fouled back by Romero. Romero, 286 batting average on the season, 7 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 runs, no RBIs, and no home runs so far this season. But as I was saying, yes, Richardson, I think she still would have been able to get home. It would have been an inside the park home run officially as her first at-bat this season. As ball 1 comes, 1-2 count, 1 out. So still a good first at-bat for her career, but still would have loved for it to be an inside the park home run. As the pitch comes and Romero grounds towards shortstop, and it bobbles as she reaches safely to first. So I'm sure they might consider that an error, as that would be their third error of the game for the Hornets. As base is loaded, Sierra Sacco up to bat. Here in the bottom of the fourth with one out, as it is an error by the shortstop Elena Scott. So Sierra Sacco has already homered once so far in this game back in the second. She's now batted in every inning so far this game. The first she singled, in the second she homered, and the third she got walked, but ended up scoring. As the pitch comes, and it is ball one. So I'd love to see a grand slam here by the Lady Bulldogs. If there's any lady to do it, Sierra Sacco might be the woman. Has 1-0 count with one out as the pitch comes, and strike one. One's on the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. After a 2-run inning in the second by Alabama State, the Bulldogs went through the batting order pretty quickly as the pitch comes, and just high for ball 2. Sierra Sacco doing a good job of staying disciplined at the plate, even though sometimes when bases are loaded, 1 out, your eyes get really big knowing you can kind of just swing away. But give props to the coaching staff for teaching these ladies how to play as a team. As pitch comes in for ball 3. 3-1 count, 1 out. So the Hornets just really not wanting to put anything directly over the plate for Siaka to just kind of drill. As the wind is picked back up here, that blows pretty much straight back to center field. Pausen gets the call, winds and delivers, and high for ball 4. So Sacco walks, runner from third. Greta Grassel comes in to score. The score is now 14-2. Mississippi State leads here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out. Nadia Barberry, the batter up for the Bulldogs with bases loaded after a walk drove in a run. Barberry has once again batted in all innings so far. She got a as the pitch comes and drives towards third and caught by the third baseman, Talia Sims. But yes, Barberry has appeared and has batted in every inning. Home run in the first, walk in the second, double in the third, and now just a line drive to third base caught by Talia Sims. Great reflexes as she was trying to get Ernstis at third, but she got back safely as Kiara Sells, the right fielder, up to bat now. Poston Wines delivers and catches the corner for strike 1. Sells 1 for 3 on the day. Playing this game, she was batting .356 on the season, 16 hits, 14 runs, 15 RBIs. She homered in the first, flew out in the second, and grounded out in the third. So as the pitch comes and inside for ball 1, 1-1 count, 2 outs. So as the first 3 hitters for the Bulldogs have all now appeared at the plate in all 4 innings. So it just shows how efficient the Lady Bulldogs have been on offense. As the pitch comes, winds, and ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Base is loaded. All of the batters who have been on base have been walked as the pitch comes, and ball 3. 3-1 count, 2 outs, as it looks like we might have another walk here by the Hornets, as you can kind of tell being down 12 runs has affected these ladies mentally. As the pitch comes, and ball 4. Another run will score. 15-2 now the score here in Starkville, Mississippi in the bottom of the fourth. I know the 8-run rule effect is already in play, but doesn't really come into effect until the 5th. But you have to wonder when the suffering will end for the Hornets. Just looking for one more out to get out, and then go to the top of the inning, see if they can have something get going on offense. As Morgan Bernardini comes in to bat. Bardini batting .419 on the year, and his first pitch comes in a strike. She's batted 43 times, 18 hits, 14 runs, 13 RBIs, and 2 homers. She homered in the game on Wednesday, and she will look to pick that back up. As the pitcher winds, deals, and dribbles it on the ground for a 1-1 count with 2 outs, bases loaded. So far, after Richardson's triple and Wesolowski's flyout, as Bernardini pops it up into the infield, and it is dropped by the shortstop. 2 runs will score. Runners at the corner now. Elena Scott, the shortstop, thought the third baseman, Talia Sims, was going for it, but Sims backed up. So Scott had to hurry back to it and just dropped it. So that, I believe, will be an error as we have a circle visit. But as I was saying, after the Richardson triple and then scored off of the error, they said, Wesolowski flew out. Grassel was walked. Arces was walked. Romero reached on an error. Saka was walked, drove in a run. Barberry lined out. Sells was walked, drove in another run. And then Bernardini reached on a drop fly, getting 2 unearned runs as the Bulldogs now lead 17-2 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. As the entire Hornets team is at the circle talking, trying to tell the ladies to keep their heads up. Just need 1 more out to get out of this inning. The Bulldogs have now scored 5 runs here in the 4th. Three of those runs have come with 2 outs. As Abby Grace Richardson is back up to bat, so once again the Bulldogs have gone through the entire batting order in an inning. Richardson, second at bat, as she fouls it straight back. But her 4th at bat of the season. As the pitch comes, 0-1 count, and it is high for ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runners on the corner. As Kiara Sells at third and Morgan Bernardini at first. Richardson looking to do some more damage here. As the pitch winds and deals, and up high for ball 2. 2-1 count. State has scored 17 runs despite only 11 hits. So very efficient at the plate, drawing walks as the pitch comes, and Richardson swings and misses. 2-2 count, 2 outs, and 2's on the board. 1 more strike, and the Hornets will be able to get out of this inning, which has been a nightmarish inning for them. As the pitch comes, and up high for ball 3. Full count with 2 outs. Hoping not to walk Richardson, but once again, not really trying to give her anything to allow her to do what she did at the beginning of this inning. As pitch comes, and it is wide for ball 4. Richardson walks, bases loaded once again. It's Ella Wesolowski up to bat. She flew out the second batter of this inning. She is 1 for 3 on the day. Her only hit coming back in the second on a double. As the pitch comes, and Wesolowski pops it up towards center field. Going back is the center fielder Logan, and she catches it for out number 3. Finally getting out of this nightmarish inning that is the Hornets. So 3 runners stranded here in the 4th. As 5 runs scored, 1 hit, 3 errors, and as I mentioned, 3 runners left on base. So the Bulldogs will look to get 3 quick outs to end this game. And we will be back in just a few moments. Thought the announcer was announcing something important pertaining to me, but he was just announcing a t-shirt toss. So we'll be back in just a few moments. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
place to be since I was 19. You can find me, maroon and white tee. Stay grinding, you're not on my team to get behind me and stay behind. You will play behind. Man, I'm in a Mississippi state of mind, and this state of mind ain't a greater time. Take a break in line and just take what's mine. It's an our state, our place, and you can see that it's written on our face. This is our break, our race, and if you ain't with it, get out of our way. Now stand up in your seat, sling a cowbell to the beat. Got 3-6 on my cheek, my boy and B gonna rest in peace.
We just left the bin and cowbell to the wind, and this maroon and white is blending like I'm Two-Face, Harvey Dent, and my friends up in the tent, and you know they miss a sip, and we coming for your heart. So before we start, gonna put a stint in. My state of mind is a place for these dime rhymes to mint, and if you cross the line.
We welcome you back here to News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. Bulldogs lead 17-2 here in the top of the fifth. Leah Richardson, the first baseman for the Hornets, up to bat. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out in the first, and then grounded out as well in the third. Josie Marin, still the pitcher on the circle for the Bulldogs, as everything has pretty much stayed the same. As Richardson grounds out to shortstop, and out number 1, as Kylie Edwards, the shortstop, throws it over the first. Riley Hole for the first out. So a couple changes besides the Romero change last inning. Morgan Bernardini is now in left field. Checks in for Kaylani Sells. But everything else stays the same. Blaine still behind the plate as Marin winds and delivers. And strike one. Lena Scott up to bat, 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out in the first and was walked in the third. Barberry still at third. Edwards at shortstop. Romero at second. Hole at first. Kiara Sells in right field as the pitch comes, and Scott drives it towards center field, and it is caught by our center fielder, Sierra Sacco, for the second out, and left fielder, Morgan Bernardini. So Kelsey Long, the designated player for the Hornets, up to bat. She is 0 for 2 on the day. She struck out and then grounded out in this game, as Marin winds and delivers and releases the ball. It looks like it slipped out of her hand and dribbles all the way past Blaine. Almost dribbled across Long's feet, but she hops out of the way. Doesn't really want that ball hitting her foot or her ankle, as it did her fellow teammate Liana Frank last inning. As Marin winds, delivers, and in for strike one. 1-1 count with 2 outs. 1 out away from ending the game, I believe, because of the 8-run rule. State is up by 15. State is ranked 21st in the nation. 14-2 on the year. As Marin winds, delivers, and swing and a miss by Long for strike 2. 1-2 count. State is ranked 21st in the nation. 14-2. Alabama State is 1-15. So Bulldogs will get their 15th win of the year if they can hang on to this 15-run lead, as Marin winds, delivers, and fouled by Long to stay alive. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs. But Alabama State, just not the start they were looking for to this season under their first-year head coach here. No, she has been the head coach elsewhere. I believe she was at Florida A&M. But first year here, the realm, as Marin winds, pitches, and once again fouled by Long. But Camise Patterson, first year at the realm, and you just gotta believe, just nothing, not sure what's been going wrong to start this season. As the sun has started to set here in Starkville, Mississippi. Some shadows now on the field as Marin winds and delivers, and strike 3 to end the game. Bulldogs win 17-2 in their first game of the Bulldog Invitational, in their first game today. So the Bulldogs, a dominant performance here. Just not really allowing anything to happen for Alabama State. We'll give you a bit of a rundown here of this game, as we will then end the broadcast and get a new broadcast started for the New Mexico-Mississippi State game, which will start here in about 30 minutes. But bottom of the first, Nadia Barbary and Kiana Sells both homered back-to-back to put State up 2-0. Top of the second, Ayana Frank reached first on a dropped fly. Reached first on a dropped fly and then advanced to second on the error. As Terrell got to third and Talia Sims scored on the error, so an unearned run, and then Brooke Ramsey singled to left field and got to second while the throw was coming in, and Terrell scored, once again an unearned run, as that was all that Alabama State managed to get on the offensive side. And State then got a double from Morgan Stiles in the second, and Druven Ella Wisolowski, and then Sierra Saka homered, a 2-run home run, and then Jesse Blaine doubled and got Kaylani Sells, who was pinch running for Lexi Sosa, and Kylie Edwards, 2-run homer, and then Nadia Barbary doubled to right field and got 3 runs in. Then to end the third, Lexi Sosa reached on an error and allowed Nadia Barbary to score, so an unearned run. So at this point, State now led 12-2, and then we move into the bottom of the fourth. Abby Grace Richardson tripled in her first hit this season, ended up scoring on a throwing error, so it was an unearned run, unfortunately, but it would have been awesome if her first hit of the season had been an inside the park homer. Then Sierra Saka walked with bases loaded as Greta Grassel scored, and then Kiana Sells was walked as Ernstie scored. Both of those, or that one unearned. As the last scoring of the game was Morgan Bernardini, who reached on a dropped fly ball by the shortstop. Just a bit of a miscommunication there. And 2 runs scored, both of those unearned, to put State up finally 17-2, and that's where the game ended. So good job by the Lady Bulldogs. And looking forward to calling this next game. But we're going to take a quick break, get this broadcast ended, and get the other one up and running. If you want to know when we're getting that second broadcast going, make sure to subscribe, hit that little bell for the Bulldog Student Sports Network, and we'll be back in just a little bit. You're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.